Hi everyone, my name is Steve Anderson, a volunteer at Thurber House since the fall of 2018. I first read the works of James Thurber, one of America's premier humorists, as a college sophomore in a literature survey course, Walter Mitty, The Catbird Seat, and I thought, this guy's good. Shortly after that, the Book of the Month Club published a facsimile edition of the Thurber Carnival, one of his most celebrated collections. I was hooked. Life took me to Winsted, Connecticut, where I first taught school, very near where James Thurber lived in West Cornwall. In 1995, I moved to Columbus, Ohio, and the first place I visited was Thurber House, because I knew that this is where James Thurber was born and raised. Even though he lived in New York and Connecticut for much of his later life, he always retained affection for Columbus, his hometown. He once said that often the clocks that strike in his dreams are the clocks of Columbus. My association with Thurber House was long overdue. Finally, I had the time in my schedule to devote to Thurber House, and I became involved in the evenings with authors, the summer literary picnics, but my real passion is in giving tours of Thurber House itself. This is a very special place because of all the houses where James Thurber lived in Columbus. This is the house about which he wrote some very funny stories in his collection, My Life in Hard Times. This is where it was the night the bed fell, the night the ghost got in, university days, and the car we had to push. I love learning from visitors who come here. Once, there was a retired couple who came in and saw hanging on the wall outside our museum room a woodcut. And the gentleman said, well, my goodness, that was carved by my friend Sid Chaffetz, a former art professor at Ohio State. I'd seen this many, many times, but never knew the history and how enriching it is to continue to learn more about James Thurber, his life and times. Well, Thurber House has had to change with the times. Right now, our museum is temporarily closed due to our coronavirus concerns, but we are alive and thriving in the virtual world. So if you go and visit us at thurberhouse.org, you will see workshops, writing workshops for adults and for children, and we have an author event, a virtual reading in the month of May. After the coast is clear, make your literary pilgrimage to Thurber House. Come for a tour. Come for a visit, come for an author talk, come for a workshop. Until that time, stay safe, but we'll see you soon at Thurber House.